Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I want to talk to us today on how to break up without breaking anyone. How to break up without breaking anyone. And whether we like it or not, there might be breakups in certain relationships. Alright? And there are different reasons why people break up. Sometimes maybe it's because that our ideas, our values, our interests are no longer aligning. Our feelings and our ideologies are not aligning. And sometimes it might be because of genotype issues, which is, it is always advisable that when we want to get into relationship, we try to do those basic things, try to find out the genotype. If the person is an AA, the person is an AS, you know yours and you try to find out for the other person, so you don't get too far into the relationship and then be able to discover that there is a need for a breakup. Especially, for instance, if you have an AS and an AS, then you know there is a likelihood of an SS or an SS and an AA thereabout. So that's another reason why people break up. I say number one is when the interests, the values, the ideas, the ideologies and the feelings are no longer aligning. Number two, genotype issues. And number three, parental consent. When there is no parental consent or parental disapproval. When the parents is saying, I won't put my hands on this relationship, won't accept it and approve that, then over time, I find out that there will be a need for a breakup. And many other reasons that I will not be able to list for us today. But more importantly, and my emphasis in this broadcast is how do we break up. Now, sometimes you see people, when they want to break up, then they start asking for, I need a break. When you start asking for breaks, which you are not supposed to do, is a sign that there is a full breakup on the way, but you are just afraid to do so now. That's one of the way you know that. I need a break. Just give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. No. Maintain that and then be preparing yourself for the full breakup if you know you want that. Not just to be toying with people's emotions and mind. So how do you break up without breaking the other person? How do you break up? Is that a possibility? Yes. Without breaking the other person. Number one, give it your best and be genuine. Put all your efforts to see that relationship work. Not that you've not made any effort, you've not gone the other way for the relationship to work out well. You just have the mindset that if it will work out, it will work out. If it won't work out, it won't work out. And then when you find out it's not working out, then you want to chicken out. No, you don't do that. Ensure you give it your best and be genuine. Genuineness there talks about the fact that you should be sure that it is because of genuine reasons you are wanting to have a breakup. Do you understand that? Not because maybe you just suddenly saw another guy that you so much love now. He has so much of money and looks a little bit handsome than the person you are with now. Or you just saw someone with a better character or behavior. And then you are deciding, oh, the only option I have right now is to just call for a breakup. And then you begin to look for flimsy excuses that are not there. So be sincere with yourself. For goodness sake, you will always meet people that are more pretty than your spouse, that are more pretty and have more characteristics of what you will have wanted than them. But love is just not on the relationship, is not just on the basis of love, but also on preference. Yes, I just preferred you above the rest. Do we understand that? So be genuinely love enough, because that's how people come up with breakup. They just see something they now like more now, and then they begin to look for flimsy excuses and begin to pick up excuse here and there, and then see a way to come about the breakup. Number two, choose the right time. Choose the right time. If you know you want to have a breakup without breaking the other person, you must be conscious of this. Choose the right time. You can't break up when someone just encounter a death in the family. Someone is just suffering from a diagnosis of a terminal illness, suffer a loss of a job, and that's the best time you think you want to announce a breakup. That's wickedness, and you wouldn't want to do that. Or in the middle of a fight, that's when you want to break up. You just suddenly, maybe you guys engage in a fight, and then you say, it's over, I'm not doing it again. You should know that everything you said there is not genuine, because you are speaking from the heat of the moment. or in public or in front of other people. Don't do such a thing. If you want to break up with someone else, respect the time you have been with them, and don't disgrace them in public or in front of other people and tell them it's over. So you must understand that the timing is very important. Choosing the right time to do so. And also, you don't do that over the text, the email, or a phone. If you must use a phone, then go through the Skype, the Zoom, so that there will be a face-to-face communication. If you truly love and respect them, you don't just send them a message and say, I just want to tell you it's over, or you send them an email and that's no. Make sure even if you're going through the phone, there is a face-to-face communication. Very, very important. So choose the right time. Choose the right time. Sometimes the problem might not be the fact that you are breaking up with that person. The problem might be you are doing it at the wrong time. They might just be recovering from a health condition, or maybe battling even with a health condition. They just got a very negative news or a terrible news, or found themselves in a terrible situation, and then you decided to add on to their pain. Some of them can lose their life from there. Some can just get into depression and go commit suicide. So ensure your time is right, since you don't want to commit murder. Number 3, do it without damaging the other person's emotion. If you want to break up, don't pieces the person before you cut off from them. Respect them. Don't use insulting word, negative statement. Tell them how terrible they are, how stupid they are, how bad they've been, how useless they've been. That's the worst thing you will do. Because in the first place, if they were that way, if you saw them that way, you wouldn't have gone into a relationship with them. So respect the fact and the moment and the period you spent with them. That's why we started from saying that even the reason for your breakup should be genuine. Not because you have seen another person you now have an interest in or you love, and then you're just coming up with flimsy excuses, bringing up things that are not there. All right, so you do it without damaging the other person's emotion. Number 4, use the we instead of the I statement. Use the we instead of the I statement. The I statement deflects feelings of judgment. I think I have to get my future straight. I think we're not getting this. No. Instead of saying I think I have to get my future, I have to think about my future, why not use the word we are not getting along? I think you don't have a good mindset. I don't like. Why not use the word we are in different page. We have different levels of reasoning. So use the we statement more than the I statement, because the I statement speaks of condemnation. You already deflect feelings of judgment by using that. All right. So number 5, bring out the good side first of the other person before spelling out areas that will make you guys not to continue such relationship. In simple terms, be honest but brutal. Be honest but be honest and not brutal, rather. Be honest and not brutal. Be honest but not brutal. So you can be sincere. Why do you can't just sit the person down and everything you are saying about the person is negative? Start by saying, I enjoy the time we've been around. I appreciate those moments, the lovely memories we share. However, there is this and this I've observed, and I discover we are not getting along. Our mindset do not align, and this and this and that. Not that you just go purely to the negative. You don't just break up with them, you break them also. So you have done 2 things. You break up and you break them. Number 6, don't take an advantage of them before breaking up. Don't take an advantage of them before breaking up. For instance, right now, you have the intention to break up with a lady, then you convince her to prove to you how so much she loves you by giving you her body. Then once you have gotten what you are looking for, you slept with her, then you start coming up with flimsy excuses. Or because you want to break up with someone, you empty their whole bank accounts, empty their finances, empty their lives, then you take an advantage of them before you break up with them. That's wickedness. You toy on their emotions, you come and cry, oh, I needed 100,000 naira because of this situation, just because you want to get everything they have. And all you know is your intention is that you want to break up. That's wickedness. And life rewards us for what we do. There is the law of payback. What you do to others, someone else will do it to you. So if you don't want such kind of reputation for your life, don't do it to someone else. So don't take advantage of people. Immediately just had sex with a person, then you start coming up with flimsy excuses. I just suddenly discover you are dirty. You are somebody that you slept with is now dirty. I just suddenly discovered that you have body odor, but you enjoy yourself on her. Suddenly you have discovered she has body odor. I don't just like the way you talk after 7 years. Just because you have gotten what you want from them. That's sheer wickedness, and you would not want to do that. Number 7, don't break up by suddenly changing to a devil. All right? If you want to break up, the maturity there is that you are able to sit together with the person, talk things over, express your opinions, express your feelings, your emotions, and make them understand why you want to take such a decision. But you don't just break up by changing to a devil. This is one of the biggest, the worst method people use. Suddenly the guy feels the best way to make this lady go is to become so terrible to her. Suddenly he begins to pick her, he bounces her call, he says stupid things to her, uses insultive words, insultive languages to her. Suddenly that charming young man has changed. When you remove the first letter in charming, C, change, then you now have a harming young man. He's suddenly acting as a devil. All his intention is that she will be so terrorized by those behaviors and she will by herself go. Now, it can be the other way too. A lady can also do that, torment the guy, do everything just to make sure he decides by himself to go. That's an immature way to carry out a breakup. Number 9, don't break up with a sudden silence or disconnection. They should not pick it prophetically that you are broken up. You asked them out, not in vision. They didn't discern that you wanted to go into a relationship with them. You spoke with your mouth, and if you want a breakup, and for the lady you accepted with your mouth that proposal, and if there will be a need for a breakup, do the same. Not that there's just a sudden silence, you switch off your phone, change your lines, block them on social media, block their access to get to you on calls and on text, everything, or you just suddenly disconnected. They can't find you again. You disappeared into the thin air. That's the worst way to break up. You leave people shattered, leave them destabilized, broken down completely, and you don't want to do that if you are not acting as a devil. Number 9, think through the other person's reaction to what you want to say. Weigh your words. Put yourself in. Let there be empathy. You put yourself in the other person's shoe. If I use this kind of words and I put forth this kind of statement, how will the person feel? Will they be destabilized? Will they get into depression? Will they be feeling dejected? Will it affect their self-esteem? So make sure you think through. You have that empathy. You put yourself in their shoes. If I'm told these same words with these same lines, how will I react to them? And finally, listen to what the other person has to say. Even if you are the one initiating the breakup, still give the person a listening ear. They want to express themselves. Possibly they might even be upset, they might even be angry, but just be calm enough to listen. And once you do this, you find out that you will break up respectfully, you will break up honorably, and you will break up with an absolute peace of mind. So that's my teachings for us today, and I hope you are inspired and you are motivated and you start getting things right and doing things right. See you next time. You can go through all of my videos on my channel, and they will be of a good help to you, helping you to make the necessary adjustment you need to make maximal progress in your life. Thank you. See you next time.